Hello students, welcome to our TEJAS series. I hope and I wish that you people must be enjoying solving these questions and should have learned a lot in last few days. And let's see, those are again two questions from your definite integration. One is from limit, one is from definite integration. So let's solve the first one right now. So the first question is your I is pi by 4 to pi by 3 8 sin x minus sin 2x by x. So that's your definite integral and we have to find the range in which this I lie. Now that's a very different type of question, but so normally when we have to find the range of the integral I, we use our few standard inequalities related to definite integration. What are those? Like we say that okay, any integral a to b fx dx lie between its maximum value into b minus a and of course the minimum value into b minus a, or these are two actually the standard form for inequality in definite integral which we normally try to use in solving such type of question where we have to find the interval in which I lie. Okay, and the second form is like if fx lie between two functions, let's say g of x and h of x, and then we integrate, we say okay, then integral of fx with respect to x of course from a to b will also lie between the integral of gx between the same limits and integral of h of x again from a to b. So these are basically two very standard inequalities which we try to use in solving such type of question where we know that we don't have to solve, or rather we can't solve the integral, rather we have to estimate it. Okay, so here again the question is direct here and the question says okay, you have to estimate it because you have to find the interval in which I lie. So you need to find I is greater than what and I is less than which number. Okay, but then as I said in the beginning, it's a very different question here. Okay, so because see, when I tried to solve it, I tried so many things. I tried to get see, the target is to get these intervals. Okay, so I couldn't get it in any other way. So now how it how I could solve it? So I started by assuming our function fx to be 8 sin x minus what was that, sin 2x, yeah, minus sin 2x. Okay, listen to it very carefully so that may help you a lot in the days to come, bachon. Now I differentiated it to just to check the nature of this function. Okay, so it's 8 cos x then minus 2 cos 2x. Now see, then I tried, okay, let's see whether this function fx is increasing or decreasing. So for that I just simplified this thing. So it's 8 cos x and then I replace cos 2x by 2 cos square x minus 1. So that gave us minus 4 cos square x plus 8 cos x plus 2. Now coincidentally its discriminant, or unluckily its discriminant came out to be greater than 0. So discriminant is greater than 0. What does that mean? That means there is a sign change. I mean it's not throughout positive or throughout negative, since f dash x has a sign change. Okay, if d would have been negative, then we would have been able to say that yes, f dash x is either, since it's a quadratic in cos x. Okay, so if d would have been negative, we could have easily said okay, it's either positive or negative throughout. Then we could have predicted something about f of x, whether it's always increasing or decreasing, but we couldn't do it. So now what? Now I've just tried to differentiate it once more. So f double dash x. Okay, so without leaving hope, so let's differentiate it once more. So minus 8 and then this is plus 4 sin x. Now here we got it. So what we got here, so if you take 4 sin is 2x, no? Yeah. If we take 4 sin x common, it's minus 2 plus cos x, and since see, we should keep in our mind the interval in which we have to limit ourselves, and the interval is from pi by 4 to pi by 3. Okay, so since this is always positive in that interval and cos x is always less than equal to 1, so this is always negative, this bracket. So hence this is always negative. So what could we claim from here? So we can now claim that f dash x is a decreasing function, bachcho. So f dash x is a decreasing function in the interval. So don't forget the interval in which we have to limit ourselves, in the interval pi by 4 to pi by 3. So it's a decreasing function. Okay, so now I can write f dash x should be, since see if a function is a decreasing function, then it will take maximum value at the left end of the interval and minimum value at the right end of the interval. So f dash x is less than equal to f dash of pi by 4 greater than equal to f dash of pi by 3. Isn't that bacho? So now what was f dash? So f dash was, so just a minute, so yeah, f dash was 8 cos x minus 2 cos 2x. If I put pi by 4 here, so let me just quickly evaluate here itself, so I don't have to change again and again. So it will be 0, so this is 4 root 2, and if I evaluate f dash at pi by 3, value of this derivative at x is equal to pi by 3, you will get 8 by this is 4 and this is 2 pi by 3 minus plus half, so it will be 5, isn't that? So this is going to be, so this imply I can write f dash x is less than equal to 4 root 2 greater than equal to 5, isn't that? Fine, bachon, yahan tak I think all of you would have understood till now. Now I will integrate. So integrating, since now see I will be using this inequality. Now we are in the position to use this part of the inequality of definite integration. Okay, so using this thing now, so I will say, okay, just integrate from 0 to x. So now why 0 to x? Because remember, fx, see, when you integrate f dash, you will get fx, but fx was not 8 sin x minus sin 2x by x. It was just 8 sin x minus sin 2x. We need x also. Okay, so if we integrate from 0 to x, of course with respect to x, all respect to x, what will we get? So now again we need to check one thing. So it will be f of x, isn't that, minus f of 0, mark it, okay, and this will be 4 root 2x and this will be simply 5x bachon, okay. Now what is f of 0? So now f of 0, so if you put here, so here f of 0 is, if you put replace x by 0, so it's going to be 0, so that won't bother us. So f0 is 0, so now we got it, and since again x lie in the interval pi by 4 to pi by 3, I can divide the entire inequality statement by x. So I will get 5 is less than equal to fx by x, which is less than equal to 4 root 2. Now integrate from pi by 4 to pi by 3, and that's what we need. That's what we need, bachon. Okay, so now when you integrate from pi by 4 to pi by 3, we get the answer, isn't that? So pi by 4 to pi by 3. So this is 5 pi by 12 and this is pi by 12 root 2 pi by 3. So that means our this integral lie between 5 pi by 12 and root 2 pi by 3. So that should be the answer. So I will say that that's a really an important question for all of you, bacho. So okay, once you have understood, you should, after maybe 1 or 2 days, you should sit down and try to solve it on your own. Then only you will be able to recall this particular trick. I will call it a trick, okay, or method at the time if you need it somewhere in the examination. Okay, chaliye, we will take up next question in the next video.